This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV. Welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway. Gonna be a warm one tonight. Current temperature during practice, 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Homestead Miami Speedway, located just south of Miami, Florida, has been a staple in NASCAR racing since 1995. This 1.5 mile oval is known for its progressive banking, which allows multiple racing line and puts the outcome squarely in the driver's hands. From running the high line against the wall to diving low for position, Homestead delivers some of the most competitive and dramatic racing on the schedule. For years, it played host to championship-deciding races, producing unforgettable moments and crowning some of the sport's biggest stars. With its unique layout and worn surface, Homestead Miami Speedway remains a true test of skill and a fan favorite for pure racing action. How are we all doing tonight? I'm glad that we're back on an oval. How's everyone doing? Where are y'all tuning in from? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. I'm hoping that it's going to get better watching some badass cars race around a badass track. All right, I believe they are just getting ready to fire off some qualifying here. Let's see if we can find someone to watch. We got Jackson. Devin Mayfield's logged in, or loaded in. I think we watched Jackson last week. Let's keep an eye on Devin Mayfield as he is in his outlap right now here in the number 28. Currently sitting... Where is he? 12th in points right now. Currently sitting 12th in the playoff standings. Current leader for the playoff spot is Matt Sisler. Second place is going to go to Russell Windsor. He is 29 points behind. Then Stefan Ardell, Devin McIntosh, and Dylan Harris are your top 5 for your playoff slots. And like usual, feel free to vote on the poll in chat on who you think's going to win. Looks like it's leaning pretty hard towards Chevy. Let's see what we start getting for timing here. Stefan Ardell, first one to put it on the poll. Jeepers, my audios are goofy. 1 second. I don't know why. Hey, that's a lot better. I don't know why I turn them down sometimes. I think when I do pictures, I'm just listening to cars the whole time, so I think I turn it down. Looks like Devin Mayfield currently 5th. Evan Clapper just put her 3rd. John Santoro on the pole. Jackson Fanistock currently 2nd. Jacob Bessemer takes P2. Russell Windsor puts it on the pole. John Santoro into P2. Russell Windsor, a little more comfortable back on an oval. Showed a little bit of struggle on the road last week at Sonoma. Glad to see him back in some comfort zone on these intermediate ovals. John Santoro currently burning her down in P2. He's just using this as practice laps. Matthew Bruce out here. He had a pretty strong car last week at Sonoma as well. New driver here, Marcellus Smith. And looks like the Krispy Kreme 00. Does this 00 carry the same luck as the 00 in our Cup Series race? For those that don't follow our Cup Series, 00 is Sam Hoff in our Cup Series. He is the owner of the league. We joke that he has an admin bubble, so maybe that will run to Marcellus here. And as he gets his footing into the Superstar ARCA East, maybe we'll see that bubble start to form. Currently 26th in the grid. Nathan Swafford out here in the 15 machine, currently 14th. And Matt Sisler calling that good enough, sitting in P7. John Santoro out, running a few more practice laps. Another driver I don't recognize their name is Owen Vance, putting it P13 here. The fun part about East is that we gain a lot of new drivers. So we're always seeing new faces. We always hope they come to stay. Some people decide to dip out, but there's always more that want to check out the league and come have fun with the rest of the guys and girls. And we like to have them here, so we always wish them luck from the booth. Currently looking pretty good if your name is Russell Windsor and John Santoro, as they are sitting P1 and P2 as we are moving into heat number 1. Trying to get everything set up here. There we go. All right. Starting grid for heat race number 1. Sorry, this is supposed to be playoff round 2, not number 1. Jacob Basemer. I'm going to say that wrong every time. He told me how to say his name, and I immediately forgot that. I'm really good at doing that. This is going to be firing off P1. Evan Clapper, P2. Matt Sisler, P3. Devin Mayfield's coming out in 4th. James Lambert in 5th. Owen Vance in 6th. Nathan Swafford 7th. Blake McClung starting 8th. Dan Rybarczyk starting 9th. Austin Wright in 10th. Tyler Yates is going to fire off 11th. Niles Davis coming off 12th. 13th is going to go to Marcellus Smith. 14th, Ryan McCall. 15th, Dakota Crawford. And 16th is going to go to Kyle Foster. We are gridding and taking our formation lap. Who you guys rooting for in chat? Everyone's got a favorite. If you don't find a car color you like it, stick with it. These races, like a lot of the intermediate tracks, a lot of driver talent matters, but one wrong move, we can see a first-time winner. Jacob Bessemer, Evan Clapper, starting on the front row. Devin Mayfield, Matt Sisler. Tons and tons of speed in this heat. Could be any of them. Owen Vance, new face. Nathan Swafford, pretty new as well. Marcellus Smith, starting probably a little deeper than he'd like to. Same with Ryan McCall, starting towards the back. But one wrong move will shake everything up. Pace car makes the hard left, and we are green, green, green for heat race number 1. Looks like they're already trying to form 3 wide in the back. Miles Davis. Evan Clapper a little loose on entry. 3 wide behind Sisler here. Loose allowed Matt Sisler here in the 93 to move up into P2. Owen Vance putting a move on the bottom here. Definitely working his way up. In the first lap, he's already up 3 positions, assuming Mayfield doesn't get around him. And it looks like Mayfield does get around him. Devin Mayfield in that 28 and the 25 going around. Blake McClung. Oh, Evan Clapper. Oh, we got a stack up in the back here. We are going around and around we go. Reminder to those who are not familiar, there are no yellows in the heat races. So it looks like Blake McClung, Ryan McCall, Marcellus Smith, Dakota Crawford. It's gone off track. Back up front, we got Jacob Basler, Matt Sisler. Matt looks like he's gaining a little bit of ground. Running 0.2 of a second faster lap time. And he's about 0.2 off. It's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to get around him. 0.5 off. Through the turn, you can see that Bessemer's a little bit quicker in the turn. You guys think he's got this? You can see rookie stripes showing on the back of this. Just because you're a rookie doesn't mean you're slow. Ooh, as Sisler makes the move to the inside, showing that right front. Bessemer's door. Looks like the 93's got the run with 2 to go. Does 40 have the speed on the outside? Sisler closes the door at the stripe. The white flag is out. We're coming into 1. Bessemer dives low, trying to make up a little bit of ground. Side by side coming into turn 2. Firing down the backstretch like a cannon. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a drag race to the finish. Bessemer a little loose on exit. Can he make something stick on the bottom? Looking to try to get a slider, but it ain't going to fit. We have a race for the finish here. Bessemer on the bottom, Sisler on the top. Looking side by side. Looks like Sisler's got him by a nose. 7/100ths of a second. Matt Sisler beats Jacob Bessemer. Devin Mayfield's going to get P3. Owen Vance in 4th. Dan Rybarchuk 5th. Nathan Swafford in 6th. James Lambert 7th. Austin Wright 8th. Tyler Yates 9th. Kyle Foster 10th. Niles Davis 11th. Ryan McCall 12th. Blake McClung 13th, Evan Clapper 14th, Marcellus Smith 15th, and Dakota Crawford's going to round us out in 16th. And here it is quickly while we let the drivers pull back into their pits, and there it goes. That automatically goes away once we fire into the second heat. So, heat race number 2 coming to grid here. On the pole, One moment. We've got Jackson Fanistock starting P1 on the inside to his outside. Good friend of his, Stefan Ardell, starting P2. Matt Bruce is going to be in third. Dylan Harris is fourth. Devin McIntosh going to fire us off from fifth. Cal Deese in sixth. Dwayne Young going to start seventh. Jeff Yates eighth. Austin Penrod ninth. David McCulloch is going to be 10th. Adam Beasley in 11th. Josh Dempsey is going to be 12th. 13th is going to go to Andrew Nagy. 14th to Alan Steigerwalt. 15th to Zane Woods. And 16th, last but not least, is going to be Dakota Sidrus with a possible DNS of Zane Woods. Was supposed to grid, but did not. Yes, he is not rolling out right now, or at least, oh, there he is. That could have been a glitch on my side. Zane Woods starting 16th, I believe, where he is lined up. Lights are out on the pace car. Jackson Fanistock on the inside. Stefan Ardell on the outside. We've got Dylan Harris, Matt Bruce, followed by Devin McIntosh and Cal Deese. White and orange cars in the front row. Going to be interesting to call this one. Pace car, hard left-hand turn into the pit lane. Coming down the front.
Green flag.
We are green, green, green. Toyota versus Chevy to fire us off here. Round number 2 at Homestead. Cal Deese making a move around the top. So is David McCulloch back deep. Fanning out. Coming out of exit. Jackson Fanistock's going to lead us. Matt Bruce trying to push her on the bottom. Make that low line stick. It looks like Devin McIntosh is doing the opposite of that. And Young throws an aggressive block on Cal Deese. On the outside, Stefan Ardell started on the outside pole, shed a bit of speed, but is maintaining currently in that 3rd to 4th position. It's Dwayne Young up 2 spots. He's now up into 5th. Number 5, Kettering University machine. Look at pro spill number 9. Up close to the wall, but tried not to add another black stripe to it. As Matt Bruce has moved into P2. Trying to do what he can to track down Jackson Fanistock, but Jackson's got about a half-second lead. Where are you all tuning in from tonight? Who's your favorite driver? Who you rooting for? Whose t-shirt are you going to wear to bed? Try to get some chat going here. Looks like Austin Penrod may have had a little bit of struggle towards the back here. Like he had a little off track, then on track, then off track, then on track. So the white flag is out for Jackson. Bruce is really going to have to make up some ground and quick if he thinks he's going to have anything for this 61. Unlikely, but not impossible. Jackson has ran a very clean race, a little squirrely towards the back there. As Jackson Fanistock rounded her through 3 and 4. Only him that can lose this race right now, as he puts it into what I believe will be P4 for the feature. Congrats to Jackson and that Little Caesars number 61. I believe we are in warm-up. Let's see if we can get an interview going. We got a Steigerwalt fan in chat. Number 72. Awesome. Love to see it. Love to see it. Well, I had a plan to grab Matt Santoro, but I don't see him. Let's grab Jackson. Let's grab Jackson. Jackson, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me?
I do, Fred.
Well, congrats on winning the heat race. How you feeling?
Better than I did before the heat race.
Yeah, that usually does it. How's the track? What info are you gathering out there?
Man, it's hot. You know, what's going on? You just gotta. Because I feel like I pretty well the heat ran away, but I usually run after.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a tire management. Hopefully, we get some decent green flag runs so we can see a little bit of strategy come into play. Yeah, hopefully the long run goes good for you. Hopefully you're able to keep her out front, keep her out of the mess, and hopefully you get a good race.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Coming into this race, 6th place in the chase points after a little bit of a disappointing finish in Sonoma. So just hoping to find what I can and put myself in a good position going into, I think, Auto Club next week.
I'd have to look.
Either Auto Club or Charlotte. But
yeah, it's one of the two.
Trying to set myself up best I can.
Yeah, and just chip away at that points lead and try to get the best finish on the season that you can get.
Yeah, of course.
So, before I send you back, anyone you want to thank, shout out, give a call out to, anything like that?
I always love, driving these Fast Reds cars, so big shout out to Fast Reds Wrap Shop. But also just to, John Santoro and Jake Besmer and a lot of those guys up near the top of the board. They gave me a lot of good tips today for Homestead, helped me out when I was struggling, so I feel like I'm going to run good, and it's thanks to them. Nice.
That's awesome. Well, we hope to be interviewing you later again. That would be cool. So good luck tonight. You were in General 1, correct?
Yes, I was.
All right, I'll send you back there. Good night. Good luck tonight, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
You bet. All right, that was Jackson Fanistock. We saw him win heat race number 2, and I don't know how long. Warm-up's 5 minutes? I think we might have time for another quick one. Oh, I almost just accidentally grabbed one of the Cup drivers. That would have been interesting. And I was really wanting to interview Matt, but I'm not seeing him in here. And his team VC is a little blank. Let's grab Russell Windsor. Russell, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me?
I do. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. How are you doing?
A lot better on a track with only left turns.
That's what we were talking about, that watching your heat race. We're like, he's a little more comfortable. Or watching you go out and qualify. Well, he's a little bit more comfortable with it just being left-hand turns, and you absolutely showed that. Putting down some pretty good laps. You're sitting second in the chase points right now, just 29 points behind Matt Sisler. How's that feeling?
The 10 bonus points for the pole help kind of mitigate that. But I mean, I think to really have a chance against Sisler, Ardell, Mayfield, I mean, a lot of these guys, it's going to have to be, you know, top threes to the end of the season here, realistically.
Oh, for
Laps
sure.
led every race, you know, maybe even a couple poles, but
Yeah.
this track suits me, so I mean, I really got to lock in and get a good result here.
Yeah, absolutely. This definitely seems like it's right in your wheelhouse. No pun intended. But anyone, before I send you back, because I know we're going to be gridding here soon, anyone you want to give a shout out to, call out, throw shade at, anything like that?
My dad's supposed to be tuned in. I don't know if he's made it home yet, but shout out to my dad if he's watching.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Dad? So
Fast Eddie is what we call him.
Fast Eddie, awesome. That's awesome. All right, well, I'm going to send you back to your Vivor Motorsports team. Good luck on the pole, and maybe we'll be interviewing here in just a little while.
Hope so.
All right, good luck, brother. All right, that was our pole sitter, Russell Windsor. And let's get tonight's starting grid. Starting tail in the 34, or starting in 34th place in the number 31, we've got Austin Penrod. 33rd going to Marcellus Smith. 32nd goes to Zane Woods. Dakota Crawford's going to fire us off in 31st. Joshua Dempsey in 30th. Evan Clapper in 29th. Dakota Sidris is going to be 28th. Blake McClung 27th. Jeff Yates 26th. Ryan McCall 25th. Andrew Nagy in 24th. And Niles Davis is going to be in 23rd starting spot. 22nd, going to go to Alan Stegerwalt. Kyle Foster is going to fire us off in 21st. David McCulloch cracks into our top 20. Tyler Yates, 19th. Adam Beasley in 18th. Austin Wright, 17th. Cal Deese, 16th. James Lambert is going to be 15th. Dylan Harris in 14th. Nathan Swafford in 13th. 12th is going to go to Dwayne Young. Dan Rybarchuk is going to be 11th. And your top 10, starting with Stefan Ardell in the number 92. Owen Vance in 9th in the number 88. Devin McIntosh starting in 8th in the number 74. Devin Mayfield in the number 28 is going to start 7th. Matt Bruce in the number 21 going to start 6th. Jacob Bessemer in the number 40 going to be cracking into your top 5. Jackson Fanistock in the number 61 is going to be 4th. Matt Sisler in the number 93 is going to be 3rd. And your front row on your outside is going to be the number 12 of John Santoro. And on the inside, the man that we were just interviewing who put it pole with a time of 33.003, the number 20 Vivor Motorsports of Russell Windsor is going to be firing us off from the front row. So we are going to let the admins do what it is they're doing. There's a couple penalties that need to be hashed out. So that starting grid might vary a little bit. Austin Penrod says, can't get any worse for me, only better. Dude, the only way is forward. From where you're starting, there's only one way to go, and that is up. The pace car is pulling out. These Toyotas are leading the way. The grumble of V8 power is taking over. South tip of Miami, Homestead. So we have a beautiful lineup of cars tonight. Russell Windsor, John Santoro, Matt Sisler, Jackson Fanistock. Got Matthew Bruce, Jacob Bessemer. Going to be firing us off here. Coming out of turn 4. The pace car. Going to make the left-hand turn. We're going to get loud. We're going to get proud. We're going green at Homestead Miami Speedway. 115 laps. We are green. What a start to that race. There were cars everywhere. You saw them fanning out just like I did, and they held it together. Lap 2, John Santoro, currently the one out front, but Russell Windsor has something to say about that. Matt Sisler is there as well. You've got to be wondering what their tire approach is, as it is now feature time. I want to take a quick look at track temps. 118 degrees on the racetrack right now. We are burning some rubber, so maybe being aggressive super early isn't going to pay the bills, or maybe it will. Been far enough lead, and it doesn't really matter at that point. Russell Windsor looking relatively pretty good out front. Put down our quick time and is showing them the way around the 1.5 mile speedway here. Oh, Owen Vance may have a disconnect problem or something. He is falling through the grid. We were trying to grab onto him and we couldn't. I'm not sure if he's having a problem with blinking or something. There he is. Dropped through the grid. I thought he spun, so I went to grab him to see if he was wrecking, but I guess not. Let's see here. 15th place going to be Allen. We're in that number 72 machine. Accelerate Professional Solutions with Ally on the quarter. Always beautiful looking cars, but we've got the yellow out. It's looking like Dakota Crawford may have gone around. Let's take a peek at what happened back there at lap 5. Let's see. We're watching Dakota Crawford here in the 08 machine. Leave that inside yellow car, although they all kind of look yellow from that angle. And the 45 just touches the quarter. Around he goes. Zane Woods gets into the back of the 45. Dakota Crawford backs her up into the wall. Doesn't look like too bad of a deal. Maybe a flat spot on the tire there. As that's going to bring us into caution number 1 here on lap 5. I don't foresee anyone going into the pits. I think everyone's going to be happy just staying out. Let's go number 36. We have a Ryan McCall fan in chat, one of our newer drivers. Let's take a look here. Looks like who's that? Kenny. There's a couple drivers drove that M&M's car. I know it was Ernie Irving. That'd be from my childhood. And I know like Kenny Schrader was in it also. I remember it as Ernie Irving, but I do know Kenny Schrader was in it as well. Very, very fun, unique car. My Xfinity, which is now the O'Reilly Series car, is that almost that same car, except instead of M&M's, it's that edition but of Skittles. Very sharp looking car. Definitely pulls back that retro, that fun 90s vibe. Like to see Ryan here. He's currently sitting in 20th place at Bear, Delaware. So let's see if that 36 can work his way through the field. He's already up 5 spots, so Ryan might be making some moving. Might be moving and shaking. A couple good timed yellows and a couple good restarts. He might be able to work his way right up through this field. Back up front, the number 20, the number 12, the pace lights are out. Be sure to vote on the poll. If you haven't answered yet, who's your favorite driver? Maybe I can talk about them, pull them up on the big screen, pick on their car, do something. Kyle Busch did drive the M&M's car as well. Yes, that was, I guess, more modern time. I was pulling off that 90s look. But yes, Kyle Busch did run the 18 with the M&M's. All right, Russ Windsor signing us off here as we are back green on lap 8. Well, lap 9. Lap 9. There we go. Russell Windsor, Matt Santoro. Sorry, John Santoro, Matt Sisler, Jeepers. Over here getting my race car drivers confused with very famous YouTubers. It's going to be quite a battle to watch out front. I mean, there's a ton of speed in the front of this race right now. And a lot of guys, hopefully they're not using up their stuff too early because they're going to wish they had that late race. I mean, we're only 10 laps in. With a lot of these diving moves. Ooh, might be going, we're 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead. Looks like Santoro's going to make it work on the bottom. Sisler might be a nose ahead. Santoro might have made it work on the bottom, but Santoro made it work, or Sisler made it work a little better on the top. And we're going to change that up into turn number 2. And Sisler is going to get the lead for the moment here. See if he's got what it takes to hang on to it. One driver we got to watch for in the front here is Jacob Bessemer in the number 40. Sharp looking ride. I like that purple Chevrolet. Cool looking car with the chrome and that deep purple on the side. Jackson Fanistock here in the 61 trying to fight back. Get back what he had lost. Started P4, currently holding P6. Dylan Harris back here in the 24. He's up 5 spots. Those at home might like to see this one. We were talking about him before the caution come out. But Alan Steigerwalt is up 10 spots. He has slid into the number 12 position. So he is on a move here. The driver out of Lansford, Pennsylvania. is making moves to the front. He's up 10 spots. It's a hell of a race going here so far as we're rounding into lap 14. Just moved up to 12 spots ahead, cracking into the top 10. So keep an eye on that 72 all night. Ryan McCall, we were just talking about him too. He's up to 15th. He's up 10 positions, started 25th. He's up to 15th. And just behind him, Evan Clapper here in the number 7 machine. He's also up 10 positions already, up to 19th. Fired off in 29th. He's up to 19th place now. Back up front, still battling for that second place and the lead as Jacob Bessemer pulls her into P2, sneaks it underneath John Santoro. Does John Santoro return with a left hook, a right hook, or does he just sit comfy? Something that seems a little bit odd. Devin Mayfield here, he's losing positions. He's back to 15th. Now, for those that have been around a while, Devin's got a couple of them wind stickers on his roof of that car. Next to his name, that Ranger Boats Bass Pro Shops number 28. Devin is usually a pretty solid driver on the oval, so I'm not sure if Homestead Miami's a little struggle. He got involved with something I may have missed. Hasn't wrecked. He's still out there, but he's down 8 spots, which usually the showing for the 28 machine here. He's usually one that is on the move towards the front, so we'll also have to keep an eye on the number 28 to see if he's just off pace or if he can gain back a few of them spots. Back up front, making moves for the lead. Bessemer on the bottom, Sisler on the top. They squared it away, coming into turns 3 and 4 here. Bessemer goes high and Sisler goes low. Trading blows with one another. And Sisler is going to lead at the line here, coming into 1. Bessemer goes high again. Santoro kind of showed a nose like he might have wanted to split him 3 wide, but doesn't. But he does want to try to shoot for that second place, and it looks like he's going to get it. As Russell Windsor just sitting back, watching them all move around, hoping that they burn up their equipment while he just runs a comfortable line here. Towards the back, we've got some teammates running side by side. Nathan Swafford and David McCulloch. Oh, and we got a car around hard into the wall. I believe that was Adam Beasley. My, oh my. Hard hit on that 29. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened. We just saw him skate across the screen on the bottom. The yellow is out. Let's see what happens. He's there. Devin Mayfield on the bottom. Ooh, yeah, hard lick to that inside wall. Drove straight into that. I believe that was him and James Lambert coming together in that 54 machine. Right there. Not sure the at-fault call. We can rewind and take another look at this. But we, I believe, are going to have some pitting happening. Let's see if we can get another camera angle. Let's slow her down a little. 29 might be on the brakes because the checkup of the 88 getting into the wall. 28 slowing up maybe. And it looks just both, we got 8 tires fighting for the same real estate, and one of them didn't make it, it looks. So we are going to have a busy pit lane. I believe everyone is about to pull her in. Let's take a look. Sisler leading us down the pits. You're 21 laps in right now. Myself, I'm taking 4 and filling it up. I don't know how many sets of tires these drivers are having tonight, but there's a heavy use on rubbers at Homestead Miami Speedway with how hot that track is. And it looks like Sisler is going to lead him off the pit road here, but we had a driver decide not to pit. Dwayne Young is going to be scored the race leader. And assuming pits are still open, I don't know if he missed it or if he intentionally decided to stay out, but we shall see. He might be just trying to gain some spots. Hold out front here in that 05 machine. After that pit, that put him up 11 positions. He's going to be scored as the leader, as Sisler. And everyone back is going to be on fresh rubber, full of fuel. Tires that are 21 laps newer. Organization on the rows here. Dwayne goes to the outside, Sisler to the inside. The pace lights are out. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back. I don't know if we mentioned this, but full field of cars tonight. 34 drivers showed up to have a little party here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Our second round of the playoff chase. As the pace car is about to pull her on in. Barney with the flag. Let's let him loose.
Green flag.
Green, green, green. Little bobble on the start in the back. Looks like that might have been Austin Penrod and possibly Zane Woods. Dwayne Young. Decent jump to start it. Able to hold on to that lead for now. Don't know how long he'll be able to withstand the front with those older tires. Sisler has showed a ton of speed, so has Santoro and Windsor. And Bessemer's back in 6th. Sisler making the move to the bottom. Going to shuffle the 5 up the track. Sisler's going to be our new race leader, and looks like Santoro might get second here. Whoa, and we got some going around. Ryan McCall. And I'm not sure who was with him. That might have been Nathan Swafford. I'm not entirely sure. The yellow flag is out, as the 36 was sliding sideways. I didn't see who was with him. Let's get a replay here. Little quick rewind. Maybe that was Evan Clapper in the 7. Get a good slow-mo here. Oh, looks like the 36 was loose on exit. That's what it looked like. That car was doing a bit of fishtailing, drifted down the track and got into the 7, but that's just the announcer's call. I'm not officiating it. The 36 goes sideways, comes to a stop. That was enough for Barney to throw the yellow. That was absolutely a good save. We could have saw that go a completely different way. So, not a lot of broken race cars and that's what we like to see. Matt Sisler, Dwayne Young is going to be P2, John Santoro 3rd, Russ Windsor 4th, and Stefan Ardell up 5 spots. Now, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but right here again, Alan Steigerwald, he is now up to 8th. He's up to 8th, and Dwayne Young decided to stay out. He is now just pit, which is going to put Steigerwald into 7th place on the restart. He is up 15 positions, putting on a hell of a drive early in this race. Awesome for that number 72, that M3S Motorsports car. As his teammate is currently leading. Matt Sisler here in the 93 Three Birdies machine. Adam Beasley getting the wave by in that number 29 Holly MSD Mustang. So Russell Windsor here in the 20. Put it on the pole. That's going to give him 10 bonus points. That's going to give him a plus 10 towards Matt Sisler, who he is following on this restart. He's got to race real smart and not stray too far from that 93. He wants to pull real far away from Stefan Ardell in that 92 right on his outside. Yes, at the start of this race, Russell Windsor in the 20 machine was 29 points behind, and then Stefan Ardell is 10 points behind that. Windsor has made up 10 already, putting it on the pole, which would put him 19 points behind. But I'm sure he doesn't love seeing that number 93 leading this race right now. But let's see how it pans out. We're going to fire off on lap, I believe, 29. Going to be an interesting rest of the race. I'm certain of it. You can see the sun here is going down in Miami. Maybe the track will cool off a little bit, allow some more grooves to show up. But we're back green. And Sisler looks like he is leading them into one. Sharp-looking 93 machine there. Santoro starting to apply a little bit more pressure on that back bumper here as we're coming to the lap. Big 3-0. Another driver who's made some good improvements this race is Niles Davis here. Niles currently up 12 spots into 11th place here in the 38 LMC truck. Another big mover, a little deeper in the pack right now, is Marcellus Smith, the 00 Krispy Kreme machine. He's up 13 positions. Got some big movers. A couple guys making moves, making the right moves, and moving on up. Santoro seems to be closing that gap up a little bit in the front here. Stefan Ardell put down a little bit of a quicker lap there too in the number 92 machine. Could Stefan be finding a little bit more speed? Notice Blake McClung's name was dropping. I don't know if it could have just been a connection issue. I thought maybe it was a wreck, but it was not. David McCulloch here, number 9 machine, Pro Spill Fast Fred's Wrap Shop. Sweet looking car. Currently up 7 positions. He's found his way to 13th. He is a driver in the chase. Driver out of Greencastle, Indiana. He's the owner of Elite Motorsports. And we have another battle for the lead. Matt Sisler has been caught. Ardell Santoro trying to see if that 93 machine will slip up, make the wrong move. Well, puts her up against the fence, trying to get that corner exit speed, that carry speed down the backstretch, but Stefan Ardell closes the door. Says, That's going to allow Russell Windsor to catch up on the bottom there. Russell Windsor moving into P3. It's a hell of a battle this entire race. None of these leaders have really ran away with it. It's been a constant battle, constant defense. Knock on wood. We've had some decent green flag runs. So it's fun to see these drivers show off their talent, show off their strategies. Off their drive style. Everyone's a little bit different. It's fun to see these guys capitalize the way that they like to drive in intermediate oval. Windsor's trying to make that outside lane work. We have some speed coming into corner entry here. Is he going to have enough speed to get around the 93 is the next question. Multiple groove racing, love to see it. Sometimes these races kind of just go single file and everyone's around the wall, but we have drivers using every inch of this racetrack. From the white stripe all the way up to the blue wall. There's like 4 lanes that are available for use, and they are using all of them. Bruce making some moves back, heading forward. Same with Jackson Fanistock in that 61 machine. Jackson now fighting for 6th. Steigerwalt is there too. As the yellow is out. Who went around? Looks like possibly Dwayne Young and Ryan McCall. We did not see this one happen. Let's take a peek here. We're going to be watching the 05 and the 36. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. 05 on the bottom, 36 on the top. Ooh, another one of the going for the same spot at the same time. Oh. Adam Beasley got collected in that as well. Tough break for Adam. Had the wave by a little earlier. See if we can get another angle on this here. Possibly this one. Take a look. It looks like the 36 might be coming down and the 05 might be moving up. They have contact. 36 going around, trying to save it. Catches the right rear quarter of the 05. Both cars go around. Hell of a job by Devin Mayfield there, avoiding the 05. McCall is sliding, and I believe he comes to a stop here. Almost a stop, and then gets clobbered again by Adam Beasley. Tough break. And again, busy pit lane. Everyone is pulling her in here. Lap 44. How this goes. Looks like Russell Windsor is going to be scored as our race leader on the race off the pits. Matt Sisler going to be P2. Stefan Ardell, 3. Jacob Bessemer, 4th. John Santoro, 5th. Jackson, 6th. Matt Bruce, Alan Steigerwalt, Dylan Harris, and Devin McIntosh are your top 10. So how are we approaching the second half of this race? How is it going to pan out? It has been an all-out battle, a bloodbath, if you will. In the front of this race, it has been hard to stop watching that. These drivers are putting on one hell of a show for us tonight. We want to have some sort of flashbacks. We can close our eyes and think about how Iowa went and just be appreciative for good, clean racing. You guys missed Iowa. Feel free to go ahead and go back through my other video clips on the YouTube channel and just watch Iowa. That is one of the races for the record books. Absolute show, if you will. Had a wreck that had like 27 cars involved or something. It was incredible. All right, pace car is in. Windsor and Sisler are going to fire us off here for our fourth caution. Green, green, green. Windsor with the good jump this time. Let's see what he can do with it. Right, Russell is going to be scored the leader of first lap after yellow, but Matt Sisler isn't letting him run away and hide. He is right up on him. I wonder if we're going to see Sisler make a move possibly here, coming into 3 and 4, or does Windsor put the blocks on him? Ardell is in that chain as well. We are rounding through the turns, getting ready for lap 5-0. See was at the bottom of the ticker there was Dakota Crawford and Andrew Nagy are both out. Ryan McCall held in the pits. Beasley and Josh Dempsey are in the pits. Don't know if we'll see if we'll see Dempsey come back out. He's been in the pits since lap 20. Well, 19.97. Ooh, and the yellow is out again. I am not sure what for. And I'm not being notified of why the yellow was thrown. Let's see if this shows us anything here. Possibly. This is up towards the front. I believe we would have saw it if it was this one. Towards the back, maybe. The yellow's already out at this point. Let's rewind a little bit. Looks like maybe Marcellus Smith. Oh, nope, in front of him. Oh, right there. Okay, it didn't notify us of who spun. Usually my system tells us. But here we go. Let's take a look. You got Dwayne Young on the bottom, Jeff Yates in the middle, and Dakota Sidris on top. A little bit of 3 wide on corner entry. Tough to maintain. Dwayne looks like he skates his way through. Sidris just comes down across the front of Jeff Yates. Looks like he's trying to set up his turn. Drives across the 70. At least that's how it looks from our point of view. And the 64 is put in the spin cycle. Doesn't look like able to get her collected and keep her going there. Glad we were able to find that. I wasn't sure if it was an admin yellow or what was going on, but Dakota Sidris is the reason for this yellow. Few drivers pit. Owen Vance, Devin Mayfield, Austin Penrod have all pit. We are lights out, green next time by. Drivers organizing themselves. It'll be interesting. Both of these top 3 have been super fast. but don't count out anyone behind him. Steigerwalt is up to 7th. He's now in the picture. You can see him. Russell Windsor on the inside. Matt Sisler on the outside. Russell is going to fire us. This was recorded as the 5th yellow. As the pace car should be turning. There he goes. Barney's going to show him the green. And we are back underway at Homestead Miami Speedway. Windsor leads us through the first turn. Bessemer on the outside in that purple number 40, purple and black machine. Santoro's trying to work his way back up as well. As Sisler trying to make the move on the bottom. Looks like he might have it this time. He's got a decent drive there. Windsor's going to carry that outside speed. Sisler closes the door, takes the lead back. Those two are your two high point men. Matt Sisler leading the points in the chase right now, and Russell Windsor in second. And actually, 93 of Stefan Ardell is in third. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 in points. Ardell, Vanastock here are battling for that third place position. Ardell looks like he's going to pull away with it for now. Don't count out Jackson. He's been showing a lot of speed. So has Jacob Bessemer. Against the wall. Any closer, he might be turning the black on that car blue. Sisler with a fair lead over Russell Windsor. Bruce trying to rejoin the party here as well as he's working his way underneath Steigerwalt. Barczyk pulls it into the pits. Or maybe not. Said he was. That was weird. Got to notice that he was pulling in the pits, and it kicked up the ticker on the bottom that he pulled it in the pits, but he didn't pull it in the pits. As we are over halfway through this one. Coming to lap 60 this time by. Ooh, the yellow flag is out again. This time it's saying Dwayne Young may have crashed. Let's see what could have happened to the 05 Kettering University machine. Bottom. Oh, looks like Kyle Foster got into the wall. Into the wall, came off, and got into that 05 machine, causing some front end damage. It looked like the tire was lost, but maybe just some nose. Definitely doesn't seem to be in the best shape. So that nose cone is loose and kind of chattering around. I assume Dwayne's going to be in the pits here. Dwayne's going to have to pull that in. That looked like some serious damage on the front of that car. Once the pit lane opens. Everyone is pitting except 2 drivers, maybe three drivers, maybe 4 drivers. Jacob Bessemer, Owen Vance, Marcellus Smith, and Zane Woods. Declining to pit this time by. They've all pit. So, let's see if I have this. There is your pit rotation. How many laps they ran on each stint? Vance is 11 laps on this. Everyone else is 18. Should be an interesting start. It's not like they're totally burnt through their equipment yet. So this should be interesting. As we are watching the 87 of Zane Woods, driver out of Franklin, Georgia. Number 87. With him staying out, that's going to mark him up 28 positions. He'll be scored officially in the 4th place spot. Zane trying to keep his nose clean, making a strategy call here to be towards the front of this race. Also up there, up 30 positions, Marcellus Smith in the 00 machine. Owen Vance in the 88. And Jacob Bessemer in the 40. Former race leaders are going to be starting a little bit deeper, so let's see how they do moving through a little bit of traffic. Let's see how these boys do out front with a little bit more wear. Should make for an interesting second half of this race. All right. Bessemer, Vance firing us off here. Back green at Homestead, Miami. Bessemer's been quick all night. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with this fire this morning. He pulls out to a pretty solid lead. Already up half a second by the time he hits the backstretch. And that is growing.
Yellow.
Ooh, and the yellow flag back out. Couple cars around. Oh boy. This might be our big one. Let's take a peek here. We've got drivers involved: Jackson, David McCulloch, Nathan Swafford, Devin Mayfield, Austin Wright, Adam Beasley, Dakota Sidris, and Austin Penrod may have all been involved in this. Let's see. So, looks like, I don't know if the 00 checked up, but definitely saw some contact of the 00 and the 61, but that doesn't seem to be what leads to the hiccup here. Looks like Santoro got into the back of 61, spinning him. Jackson goes around. David McCulloch, nowhere to go. Piles into the back end of Jackson. David now going around. And just kind of collects everyone on the bottom side of the track there. Devin Mayfield involved. Kyle Foster kind of was able to sneak through. A lot of drivers involved here. You can see Austin Wright, Adam Beasley, Austin Penrod on the right there. I think that's Nathan Swafford on the other side of the 9. But we gotta see. It looked like Allen was able to keep that clean. I don't think he had any contact in this wreck. Maybe a little bit of a bump. Let's see what Steigerwald sees. He bumps the back of Santoro. No harm, no foul, just a bump. He goes high. He sees Jackson sideways. David get into him. Puff of smoke across the windshield. Can't see. Gonna go low. Gotta stay high. Gotta do something. Drifts it between two cars that are sideways. And keeps her going without getting collected in that mess. Hell of a save by the 72. I mean, great job not getting involved with that one. There's a lot of cars involved, and the 72 was not one of them. So, back up front, Bessemer and Sisler going to lead us off. Vance and Ardell are going to be P2. Sisler's on, like 18 lap newer tires. Same with Ardell. Should make for a decent restart. Bessemer ran away with it last restart. But Sisler is on fresher tires, and he's up in a position. We've noticed Sisler's been good at restarts all night long tonight. So this should make for a very good start. Awesome job, Lil Hoop. That's my kid. He's having a great run. He's a little deeper than where he wants to be right now, but avoiding that wreck was amazing to see. And I have a feeling he'll be able to drive her back up. Lil Hoop is Alan Steigerwalt, for those at home that don't know.
Green.
So let's see if that 72 can drive her back forward. We're back green. Bessemer fires us off. Sisler not far behind. Neither is Stefan Ardell. Sisler, Jacob Bessemer, battling 1-2, Stefan Ardell 3. Is Sisler going to be able to get the move to put on? Sisler shows to the outside. Can he carry enough momentum to complete it? Looks like he's got a bit of drive. Puts her deep into the turn. Gonna have some decent speed on exit. Side by side down the backstretch. Battling. Side by side through the turn again. Coming down the front stretch. Looks like Sisler's got him. Ardell sneaks P2 at the stripe. As Ardell is finding a way to carry some momentum around this track as well. Owen Vance sliding up, using the wall. Getting right up by that wall. Trying to catch that outside speed. Makes a move on Bessemer on the inside for P3. As Ardell is now up 8 positions. Another driver moving an absolute ton here is Blake McClung in that number 25 machine. He is up 21 spots now, and on some of the fresher tires. So his strategy is working quite well for him. Started in 27th, he's up to 6th. So great run by him. Evan Clapper here in the number 7. He's up 20 spots. Great run by Evan Clapper as well. Especially that he was involved in, I believe, our first yellow, that he's this far forward. Back up front, battle for second here between Bessemer, Ardell, and looks like Russell Windsor's about to stick his nose into the game. Into lap 76 here. Sorry, lap 75. Ardell might have a car. He might have some speed. I mean, he's been running towards the front all night, but now showing something to Matt Sisler. And we haven't seen too many drivers be able to really maintain with that 93 machine. A couple have caught, but can we see one get around him under green? Ardell is there. He is ready to strike. Waiting to see what Sisler's going to do, see if he can bobble, mess up, do something. Back here, John Santoro kind of faded a little bit. He's back to 13th. We saw him earlier fighting for the lead. He, I believe, led a few laps. Looks like he's got a little bit of right front damage on that 12 machine. Not sure exactly what happened. He's definitely sitting further back. Fanistock was involved in that wreck a few laps ago. Austin Penrod up 13 spots in that NVIDIA number 31. A little bit of right front damage as well on that machine, but he's still holding her together, trying to crack a top 20. Back up front here, Russell Windsor battling her out with Stefan Ardell for P2, trying to get a shot at Matt Sisler for the lead. round into lap number 80. Looked like Ardell might have been a little loose on exit, but the fact that Windsor didn't capitalize on that tells me he may have not have been loose. Windsor making the move on the bottom. Trying to shoo the 92 out of the way. Makes it stick for now. Pulls the slider. 92 still right on his butt. Ardell is going to see if he can give it right back to him. Running him to the wall. Oh, and he gets into the number 20. Stefan Ardell goes around. Oh, he collects Alan Stegerwald. Oh, we had quite a run going for the number 72. Man, we were pulling for him, too. You saw Cal Deese was broke there as well. Stefan Ardell, thought he was clear on the outside. Was not clear on the outside, got up into Russell Windsor. Let's just see how all of this transpired here. As we had a good green flag run going. See Ardell kind of washing up the track. Maybe a little wake draft off the 93, but I think he thought that his right rear quarter was clear on the 20. As he kept moving up, kind of self-clearing him. Maybe the spotter said he was good. Oh, it looks like we're just kind of stuck in there. Alan got hard into it, then Alan just gets stuck in the middle of the 35 and the 92. Hate to see that. 7 Evan Clapper was moved up so much as well. Him and Cal Deese come together. A lot of fast cars were involved in that. We hate to see that. Sisler is going to still be considered our leader after that one. Tough break for some fast cars. That's going to really shake some stuff up. We're going to see how these pit stops go around. See who might win the race off. Sisler fires on out. Matt Bruce in tow. Jacob Besmer's there. Blake McClung up 23 spots. Incredible. Owen Vance. Niles Davis is going to be 6th. James Lambert, 7th. Dan Rybarchuk, 8th. 9th is going to be Tyler Yates. 10th is going to be Nathan Swafford. 11th is currently going to Austin Penrod. Don't know how that's going to break down. Russell Windsor must have had to repair some damage. He's back to 13th. And a whole mess of cars chilling in the pits still. Just got word that David McCulloch may have crashed under yellow. Not sure what happened. He's just lost her on the pit exit there. May have caught the grass. Not sure. That car could have had damage still from earlier. Hard to handle. Back up front here, Sisler and Bruce. Besmer and McClung. Niles Davis. Owen Vance. Yeah, Allen had quite a run going. Drove her all the way through the field. Got her right up to the front, and then just wrong place, wrong time. So that does suck. Don't know if he's out. Look, he's still in the pits, so he's pretty much done this late in the race here. Very unfortunate break for the 72. We were definitely pulling for him. He has a lot of speed. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be too happy either. That was kind of a miscued decision that affected more people than it should have. And as they say, that's racing, but it sucks when it's you on the receiving end of it. Matt Sisler firing us off. Matt Bruce in tow. Blake McClung there as well. Bunch of new faces towards the front. Really the only comment up here is Jacob Besmer, a little bit of Owen Vance. Anyone new have anything for Matt Sisler, who has led a ton of laps this race? Few have been able to catch him, and even fewer have been able to pass him under green. So we have 28 remaining. Matt Bruce of Starton Park. Does he have what it takes to capitalize on the 93? Could it be Blake McClung? Could it be Niles Davis? Jacob Besmer? Or does Sisler just soar into the sunset? Yeah, all four tires were off. He's definitely in the air. He got packed in the middle. It's not necessarily a great looking wreck. I don't think he's done. It didn't give him the meatball flag, but by the time he's able to come back out, might gain a couple positions, but it's definitely not what he wanted to happen. It sucks. Sisler's got a tenth of a second lead on the 21 here. 21 doing great. Matt Bruce able to kind of maintain with the leader. Love to see that. Back a little bit. We almost went 3 wide there. Besmer giving a little shove to McClung, moving him out of the way. Looked like it might have just sped him up a little bit though. Fourth here. Whoa, that got a little shady. He did get the flag. It didn't pop up on my side, but that sucks. Sorry to hear it. Tough break. He was running really good, too. Gotta think Windsor here. Currently second in points. Gets the 10 bonus for being on the pole. Can he find a little bit of speed in these closing laps? Some moves there, getting her underneath Vance. If it's time to start burning up your equipment, the time is now. If you have any sort of position to be in for a win, you got to start making moves. So Russell's currently 6th. Just trying to find the fastest way around Homestead Miami Speedway, because the only person between him and a championship trophy at the moment is Matt Sisler in like 3 or 4 more races. Windsor moves up into 5th. Is finding a bit of that momentum. Driving the hell out of that number 20 machine. Could set us up for a great finish. Matt Bruce absolutely sticking with the race leader. Love to see that. Blake McClung up 23 spots is incredible. Almost everyone on the field is on the same pit strategy right now. They all last pit on lap 84. So about 10 laps on these tires. Windsor's driven her back up to 5th. I think we're going to start seeing some very aggressive moves. So he's got to close that gap on the 20. He wants to maximize his points for the night. Ooh, looks like Santoro trying to make a move back there and got into the wall pretty good with the right side. Lil Hooper, dude, I'm mad for you. That was just a wrong place, wrong time, misjudged call. Someone goes around and they're right in your face. That was tough. We were watching it too. You had like hard charger for a while. You ran a hell of a race, man. Tough break. Hated to see that one. Bruce was looking like he was going to want to make a move, but now Bessemer's looking like he wants to try his hand at the bottom here. Bessemer shooting that bottom, puts him in P2. We've seen him rival up with Sisler before in this race. Yeah, I think you did everything in your power to not be involved with that. And I think it's just where you were at versus where that wreck was coming. You got super fortunate with that big wreck that happened in front of you earlier. And, you know, I think you scratched off the wrong Powerball maybe. But it was, you got wicked lucky earlier in the night with that wreck that kind of opened up the river in front of you. We are in a 3-car battle. Russ Windsor on an absolute tear in that number 20. They're giving up that bottom lane to Bessemer. And he might be able to capitalize on exit here. We have a 3-car battle. Throw a blanket over him. 15 laps to go. Your top 5 are separated by 1 single second. Anyone's race. Russell Windsor brushes her against the wall, flirts a little bit with disaster, sticks right into it, throws her down the backstretch. Matt Sisler now has a little bit of defense to play. He's got to do a bit of mirror driving, but also focus on hitting his marks. Bessemer's been fast all night. Matt Bruce has been pretty quick all night. Blake McClung is up 22 spots there in 5th. He's ready to capitalize if one of these guys makes a miscue. Russell Windsor puts it to the inside, backs out of it a little bit so he doesn't get into the 93, but he's still right there. Side by side, coming into the backstretch here. We have a drag race for the lead. Russell Windsor doesn't want this one to slip away. He needs as many points as he can get because the man he's racing is the one that's leading our chase right now. Russell Windsor trying to capitalize here. Pulls her back into P2. Set up his next approach. Goes a little higher in the turn. Going to try to gain as much of that speed down the backstretch to maybe make something happen in 3 and 4. Wow, racing. I bet that's fun. Russell Windsor takes over the first place position. Sisler moves to P2. Did Sisler burn his stuff up trying to defend is now the question in that Chevrolet number 93 camp. Does he have anything left to throw back at Windsor? And does Bessemer or Bruce or McClung have anything to throw at him as well? We can't count Sisler out. He's led, I believe, over half of this race, but we are coming to 11 laps to go. And Russell Windsor is looking pretty hot. Can he hang on? That last restart, we saw some pretty aggressive moves, moving and shaking, trying to make it work. He put down quick time, and I think he's now reminding them all on why he did that, how he did that. Anyone else have anything? Did anyone in this front little pack save enough to catch the number 20? Bessemer putting a car between Windsor and Sisler. Windsor likes to see that. He's probably hoping Bruce gets in front of him as well. Sisler currently P3. He's been dominant all race. Can he form something to bring it back? Bessemer's trying to run that bottom line. Looks to be working for him for the most part. He's kind of caught the 20. We got to see if he can capitalize on that in the final, about to be 9 laps here. As we look like we might be side by side for a race lead again. Nope, not this time. Windsor shuts down on the bottom. Trying not to let Bessemer get underneath him, but wants to stay high enough to have that exit speed. Sticking to his race plan, going high through turns 1 and 2, low through 3 and 4 as long as the option is there, but he's got to clear Bessemer again, and he does. Let's see if he goes low 3 and 4 here. Goes kind of just off the bottom, about a lane off the bottom. Not letting Bessemer get underneath him, but here is where Bessemer pulls a lot of speed, is in turns 1 and 2, going a little lower than the 20. See how this is going to pan out, especially with a lap car in front of them. See, looks like Jackson Fanistock there. Just dives her out of the way. Smart move by the 61. We're able to keep these drivers above him. Lets the leaders by. So Windsor's still leading her. Bessemer throws her on the inside again. Maybe side by side again. Down the backstretch, but it looks like that 20 just kind of has that corner exit speed. It doesn't look like Bessemer can quite capitalize with the 1 and 2. As Windsor just keeps hitting his same marks, which just seems to be working for him. He pulls away a little bit, Bessemer catches him. Pulls away a little bit, Bessemer catches him. I guess if he maintains these marks, now that we're just 5 to go, that 20 will be looking pretty good. bottom again. Side by side, we got some lappers. Gonna be playing a factor into the ending of this race. You also are slightly wondering the fuel level in these cars, plus their tire wear. They haven't pit since lap 84. We're on 110. So we're about 26 laps in. And does Windsor, is he going to have enough to hang on for 4 more laps? As we have now moved almost side by side, it's like Bessemer just keeps inching closer and closer to this number 20. I'm smoking in the pit lane. Hey, they can go back out, no? You could try. I'm not going to stop you. Oh, man. 3 to go this time by. This has just been an absolute slugfest. Jacob Bessemer trying to do anything he can to just get around this number 20. And Russell Windsor just keeps hitting his marks ever so perfectly. Hanging on to that race lead. A little bit more separation this time. 0.3 of a second. It was about just a tenth, so decent separation there. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go for Russell Windsor. Besser makes the move again on the bottom. Has the drive there, but just can't get in front of that 20. And then I think they're on too much of the same game plans through turns 3 and 4, running that low middle line. But the white flag is out. Russell Windsor has got 1 more lap to hold off this number 40. Can he do it? 40 dives her to the inside. You might see a little more aggression out of the 40 this time if he can make it stick on the bottom. We are going to be side by side on the back chutes. 40 tucks it in. What is he going to do in turns 3 and 4? Does he even have a move? Runs a little higher. Doesn't seem like he's got the speed. Looks like it's going to be Russell Windsor at the stripe. Absolute perfect race that he was looking for. Picking up the win at Miami is the Vivor Motorsports number 20. Russell Windsor held on for the fight of a lifetime. Hats off to Jacob Bessemer for giving him something to run for. Matt Sisler fading towards the end. I think just playing so much defense. Might have burned up a little bit of his equipment earlier than he was wishing. Blake McClung up 23 positions, finishing 4th. Matt Bruce going to round in our top 5 here in the number 21 machine. Crazy, crazy runs here. Crazy runs for sure. Let's see if we can get some interviews going. Don't see Sisler in any chat. I would grab him usually. So maybe we'll just grab a twofer. All right, we're going to grab Jacob Bessemer. Jacob, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me?
Hey, Fred. How's it going?
Man, that was a hell of a run at the end, but it was like day late, dollar short. Just couldn't make it stick too much.
Yeah. I was saving tires pretty good. I think I saved tires the best. I just lost a little too much track position, and once Russell got by me, he had a lot of raw speed. Credit to him, obviously. He qualified good, and he ran a perfect race. So
yeah, he did. We kept seeing you go running that lower line in 1 and 2, and then it was almost like he kind of shut you down in 3 or 4. You guys were running similar lines there, and you had him. It was like you had him a few times on turn 2 exit, but he, like you said, had that raw speed just running that top. Coming out at 2 down the backstretch, he'd just be able to just edge it back in front of you and kind of close the door.
I hope it made for some good. I hope it made for a good broadcast.
It was.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sweating on the inside. It was a good battle. My big thing coming in, though, I'm coming in the middle of the playoffs. I just wanted to race everybody clean, and I think mission accomplished. I probably could have done some Hail Mary stuff, but that wouldn't be cool.
That's what we were saying, and truthfully, on my side, I was hoping to not see that, but I'm like, you sometimes on turn 2 exit, you had your nose there, you kind of had him at the door, you could have rubbed some fenders, traded some paint, and it probably would have been a little bit of a greasy finish, especially with him being, at the time, second in points, and it might have been a bad look, but, I mean, you had the spot, and I'm sure he's thanking you for not laying off of him, but at least staying out of him.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I think these guys kind of know now. That's kind of how I'm going to race them. I'm going to race them with respect. I'm not going to do anything desperate.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And that's what we want to see East do as well, is, show, not just teach and show what to do, but have the common respect for one another, to not just throw Hail Mary moves, especially in a playoff when you're not in playoff implications. If he was leading and you're in second, okay, that's a different game, but yeah, we definitely.
I saw the big picture there.
Yeah. So I'm sure he thanks you. I guess as an admin, I'll thank you for that, because that could have just been a nightmare. But before we move on, I think I've got your last name is Besmer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're doing good. So anyone you want to say thank you to, or throw shade at, or start some beef with, anything like that?
Nope. I think it was a great race. Just got to thank everyone for throwing this on. Thank you, Fred, for broadcasting, and I also got to throw in and thank my wife for letting me do this down in the basement during opening night. She got mad at me last week that I didn't thank her. So thank you, Kara.
Yeah, thank you, Kara. Where would you like me to send you back to?
The Start and Park race.
Start and Park, perfect.
I can get there.
Alrighty, I'll send you back down there. Good job on a P2, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
All right, up next, Matt Sisler, finished P3. Matt, it's Fred in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Fred.
All right, you led so much of that race, and it looked like a little bit of heartbreak at the end.
Yeah. I mean, give Russell his credit. I'm sorry, I'm completely brain.
I'll take credit too. It's all right.
You do a good broadcast, so there's your credit. Give Russell his credit, man. I thought for sure after he got damaged that there was no way he'd be able to roll the top and be that effective, and I thought for sure as well he was going to burn the tires off of that car. I feel like I probably could have kept them both behind me if I could have just kept doing what I did in aero griefing, which is what I did to the 21 and the 25 in the final few laps. But the lap where Russell finally got me, I kind of went to the middle because I saw Bessemer go low. I thought Russell had gone low too for some reason. By the time I realized where he was, there was just, unless I completely let the wheel out and slap the wall to get in front of him, there was no chance to block. So
right.
Yeah, we led a lot of laps. A podium is good, but obviously it was right there. We were so close, and at a track where I don't have the best luck, this would have been like a nice little catharsis moment. But I guess we take P3 and we go to New Hampshire.
Yeah, absolutely. P3's not a bad finish at all. I believe how the points are gonna fall. You still should be leading. I believe I know Windsor was behind you. He'll get the plus 10 for putting it on the pole, plus whatever the race win is, but you're only 2 spots behind him, so it's not going to be a huge shift.
No, and I had a clean race bonus. He didn't. I had the clean race bonus. He didn't, and then
it's true.
I led the most laps too.
Right.
So it kind of it kind of evens out. It just would have been a nice thing to be able to get that one, especially with once my teammate got caught in that late wreck, because I wanted to try to. This is one of his schemes. I wanted to try to get it home for him in front.
Right.
Just didn't, like I said, I don't know. I think the track got hot. I felt like I was still doing everything right, but the right front was just gone off it.
Yeah.
At the end, I didn't realize it until they took off, and then it was just try to defend and hold on to the podium, which we were able to do. So that's a positive, and it's just Homestead biting me again.
Yep. But you got to look at the podium. Like you were saying, is your teammate Alan there, he kind of got shafted. He got the short end of the stick, and at least you were able to put it on a podium for the team and finish strong. He had a hell of a run going. I believe at one point he was up like 20-something positions. He was running for hard charger. It was a great run, so it was tough to see him break like that. But, like they say, that's racing some nights.
Yeah, and it's lucky it didn't end up being me, because I know there were a couple times where I drove it in there on Russell's door. I drove it in there I think once or twice on Bessimer's door, and there's times where with netcode, like in iRacing, it's very easy.
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of contact could very easily just kick you sideways and spin you into the wall. And but at that point, I'm trying to lead. I'm trying to stay in front, because I know if I can keep the car high and stay in front of them, I can probably hang on to it. But
right.
Yeah, like just unfortunate that I couldn't hold on to it. And for him, it was unfortunate because he was on the high side off of 4, and there's just nowhere to go. And Stefan turns himself across the nose of the 20, and that's game over because it's right in his lap.
Right,
so
exactly.
He's just going to have to go to New Hampshire and try to pick it up. Like, the positive for him is he was running really well, and it wasn't anything he did. Like, it just happened.
That's why I was saying it's racing. Sometimes it's 100% out of your hands. It's like you said, It gets turned, it's right in your windshield. You don't even have reaction time or anywhere to even go if you had the reaction time. So it's a tough situation all the way around for a car that was running great all night. But before I cut you free,
we'll come back for Loudon.
Yeah, for sure. Before I cut you free, anyone you want to shout out, say thank you to, throw shade at, throw a punch at?
I mean, I'll give Russell his flowers. That was, like I said, I did not expect him to be able to roll the top the way he did. And I knew I was in trouble when he got back up there. It's why I came off the bottom, because I knew, like, if I got to get up there and stop him. But, like, he just kept going, and I made one mistake on trying to cover, and that was it, and he was just by me. So he took advantage. Good job to him and to Bessemer I think Bessemer kept his tires on it better than I did. Obviously he did. He was right on Russell at the end, and I was 3 seconds behind him, so good job to them. Got to shout out my sponsor, Three Birdies Golf Company. Awesome group of people over there. They make awesome golf-based apparel for hitting the links, and it's getting warm out there, folks. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Some days, like today, it definitely doesn't out my window, but it's starting to get warmer, folks. Golf weather's coming. Go check them out at threebirdiesgolf.com. Got to shout out Alan Steigerwalt, Lil Hooper Designs. Did this awesome 3 Birdie Chevrolet and almost got the win for him. Not quite, but he's more annoyed about his finish than me not coming home with the win. So so that's fine. Everybody at Superstar, Sam, and everyone who put this league on. This has genuinely been a lot of fun to run in this season. And last but not least, I know I'm probably forgetting some of my sponsors, but I'll wrap it up quick here. Thank you, Fred, for doing these broadcasts. You had to jump in midway through when we had broadcaster issues, so great job. You've been doing a great job, Fred. So
well, thank you.
Good job for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So
give him a subscribe.
yeah. Hit subscribe, like, subscribe, share it if you want. Tell Grandma we're racing on Wednesday night. So, all right.
Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, you betcha. I'm going to send you back to the interview room. Congrats with a P3. Not where you wanted to be, but better than it could have been. And
for sure. We'll take it.
Yep.
We'll definitely take it. The practice speed, I thought we were going to be mid-pack for sure. So to be able to be P3 on the start and to come home third, definitely better than I thought it was going to be. So
absolutely. Well, we will catch you next week, dude.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, later. All right, that was Matt Sisler. The driver of the 93 finished third, and here we go with your race winner, Russell Windsor. I said we'll be interviewing you again, and here we are.
You called it.
I called it. All right, I'll expect my royalty check.
Vivor will send one your way.
Oh, perfect. I'll go wait by my mailbox. Okay, interview over. I'm heading to my mailbox. All right, so you ran real good early on, qualified. You fell back a little bit. Then that last restart, I saw that number 20 start making some real aggressive moves, and every move it made seemed to gain a position, and all of a sudden, you're leading the race. Matt Sisler faded a little bit. Bessemer had something for you, but it wasn't quite enough, unless he was going to ship you over the catch fence, and he didn't, so that was cool. And here we are burning it down in Victory Lane, and you're interviewing with me. So break it down. How'd the race go for you?
I was definitely slower than Sisler and a few of the other guys on fresh tires because, I mean, my lane was the top, and the top was just not as fast on fresh tires. But there was something about running the bottom for a full run that would burn the right front off, and running the top, at least I tried to run the top of 1 and 2 and the bottom of 3 and 4, and that seemed to distribute my tire wear and still let me kind of drive the car loose a little bit. So and Ardell, I talked to Ardell a little bit after the race too, and he pointed out he felt like around like lap 15 or 16 into a run, I would just start to come forwards. And that was about right. So when that last incident happened with me and Ardell, and I somehow made it out with very minor damage, I think I started like 9th or 10th or somewhere. I knew if we just went to the finish, I still had a chance. But if we started having a caution fest with fresh tires, I was probably going to be hard-pressed to get back up at least into the top 3 or 4.
Right. Yeah, it definitely, once that incident happened, I mean, I didn't think your night was over. I thought you may have had more damage than obviously what you did have. So it was fortunate that your car didn't really hardly have much of anything. I know you were in the pits for just a minute. You came out a lot deeper than where you went in. So you gave up some spots, but yeah, like you said, it was almost like once your tires started taking real good heat is when your car came alive. And running that last kind of green flag run went, last pit was 84. So running 20 plus laps. I think you're right. I think once your tires had a good solid heat cycle in them was right when you were finding your speed.
Yep, for sure. And I was like, you could carry such good momentum around the top of 1 and 2 once the tires wore out a little bit and just get this big run down the back straightaway that I felt like put the guy in front of you in a compromising position where he had to be either commit to the bottom quickly or you were going to get a run on him. And whether you could clear him or not was one thing, but I don't know. I was just kind of I felt like I was able to run 1 and 2 just a little bit higher than everybody else, and that was giving me just a little bit of an advantage.
Right. Yeah, we were definitely commenting on your race line, running that pretty much right up against the wall in 1 and 2, and then holding just off the bottom, kind of like half a lane off the bottom through 3 and 4. And I know like Bessemer kept trying to get underneath you in 1 and 2, and a lot of times he would, but you had so much raw speed coming out of turn 2 that he couldn't get around you, so he'd have to tuck back in and try again next lap because you guys were running almost the same line in 3 and 4. So he couldn't really make a move, and I don't know if his car would have had much speed if he would have ran the top, but no matter what, at the end of the race, you have to run where the leader isn't if you want to try to give him something, and you were fast on the top, so if he wanted to run the top, he'd have to get around you on the top, and that's a feat of its own.
Yeah, I would have definitely went a little bit even higher to try to keep that from happening.
Yeah,
absolutely. I could feel that he was racing me like he knew I was in the playoffs.
Yep.
And so he was really respectful there. He could have been a lot more aggressive with me there and actually really had a chance, but it would have been, a lot of side drafting and whatnot. So I appreciate how clean he raced me. And really, I hope it was good on the broadcast because it felt like everybody up front was really racing close, clean, respectful for the full race.
Yeah, like the whole like top 5, top 6, the entire race was awesome. I hope everyone at home that it was awesome to watch. It was fun to call. We had, a few lead changes, but that like 2nd to 6th was awesome because it was like a different person almost. It felt like every 5 or 6 laps, people were moving. Every line, there was like 4 lanes on this track that were just working for different drivers in different positions all through the whole field. So it was cool to have and to just see where guys are making it stick. Obviously, you had the high side in 1 and 2, pretty middle lower 3 and 4, which was awesome. Bessemer was pretty quick on the bottom. Sisler kind of made it work almost anywhere. Blake McClung drove it 23 spots up into 4th place. So, I mean, there was definitely a racing surface tonight. That was awesome to watch.
For sure. I think he took 2 tires at one spot too, jumped up and then just stayed up there.
Stayed there, yeah,
So,
for sure.
That's the call sometimes.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you
great
got to
race.
race.
Hopefully with Auto Club coming up, Texas, Charlotte, they should race similar. So hopefully we'll have a really nice run down to the home stretch.
Yeah, for sure. Before I let you go pop champagne and drink out of your Beaver Chalice, anyone you want to give a shout out to or thank or throw a punch at or anything?
Well, shout out to Fast Eddie if he's watching, and then of course my teammate Philip LaFranca. He sits out every other week just so he can watch my onboard camera and not drive. So shout out to him. I'm sure he's still watching.
All right. Well, you're in a good spot. I think you made up some ground on Sisler. I don't have the official points here, but you made up a little bit of ground. You're looking good moving into next week. And I wish you luck next Wednesday.
Appreciate it, Fred. See you next week.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that was our race winner, Russell Windsor. And that is where we are going to call it tonight. I need to confirm, where are we at next week? Because I think I interviewed 3 guys, and I think they all had 3 different answers, which now has me tripping out to think of who are we going. We are going to Loudon. So Matt Sisler was right. New Hampshire next week, next Wednesday, 156 laps at New Hampshire. Flat track, 1 mile, like 2 or 3 lanes should form. So it's going to go New Hampshire, Charlotte, Auto Club, and then Texas. So let's see. Do we have a point spread here? Now that they have updated that, let's take a peek. Russell Windsor was 29 points behind. He is now only 17 points behind. Ooh, so getting pretty spicy at the top of this. Matt Sisler is leading our points right now, followed by Russell Windsor, only 17 points out. So not bad at all. Going to be spicy these last few races. We got 2 real fast drivers racing for a championship. So we are going to cut y'all free on that one. I appreciate everyone showing up, those that are still hanging around. And we'll catch you next Wednesday at Loudon, New Hampshire for the next round of our playoffs. So have an amazing night. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.